Let's pretend we're sleeping.
Wake up! Okay, I woke you up.
Hello, and welcome to Pissy But Pretty, a show about hindsight, hope, tangents, and cuss words. We are your hosts, party tricks turned semi-responsible women. I am Heather Karen.
And I'm Emily Bagan. Hello, everybody.
Put on their makeup.
Heather fell asleep briefly, but we're back in action.
While I was driving here.
While she was driving, we almost missed the exit, missed the turn, and she just is the calmest. You're the calmest driver about it, though.
Oh, we're totally opposite.
You're just like, oh my God, I'm just going to try to move over in front of a semi. And I'm like, I should a little.
He let me over.
He did. Everybody lets you over. And it's just very calm while I'm like in everybody's face and I'm upset about it.
This is why
Anyways.
I need to have people sign a waiver before they get in my car.
Same.
You got road rage.
Ooh, I have some ragey road rage.
I know. It makes me feel alive.
It does make you feel alive. And you're welcome for that.
Mm-hmm.
Beep, beep.
Well, this is about pretty. PvP.
I just puffed my cheeks to Jason Berman. Here we are. Again.
Happy Juneteenth.
Happy Juneteenth.
It's a good day.
It's Thursday.
It is Thursday.
Normally, I don't like Thursdays, though. I'm just saying. Never really was a fan of it. Seems just kind of a useless day.
I feel that about Tuesdays.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay.
Mondays
Tuesdays, I feel alive.
Really?
Sure. Monday, I'm a zombie. Tuesdays, I'm like, yeah. Wednesdays, I'm like, hump day. Happy wet Wednesday. I don't know.
Wet Wednesday?
It was raining yesterday. And then Thursday, I'm like, lame. This is lame. I don't know.
I feel like, one more day till we're
Friday.
out of here. Yeah.
Hot in here?
Out of here.
Hot.
Don't talk about that. You're not going to see Nellie with me.
I did go to see Nellie that first time.
I
was in the front row. I was spit on.
By
and
Nellie
I loved
himself.
It. Yes.
Did he spit out one of his crowns?
He did. In my mouth.
Amazing.
I loved everything about it.
Yeah, we had front row tickets and I had to give mine away because that was the day of my cousin's funeral.
I know. It was a sad day. It was a good
sad
show.
Day. Then we had tickets to see him again. And we ended up planning a last-minute family trip when my mom got sick.
Right.
Couldn't see him again. And now he's coming back to town after the Brewer game next week, Friday. And no one will go with me, and it's the worst day of my life.
It's not, though. You've had worse. Let's think about that. Just kidding.
But we are going to the game the day after, but Nellie won't be there.
Maybe he still will be there.
Encore.
Ooh, that'd be fun. Little surprise.
My nephew just went to his first concert at 21 years old. And he was telling my sister, he's like, Mom, they were so nice. They got done playing and they left the stage and then they came back to play for us some more. So cute.
That's adorable.
So cute.
That's adorable.
I know.
Don't tell him that everybody does that.
I won't ruin the surprise.
Don't ruin
for
that.
The next time.
Don't bust his little concert bubble.
His bubble, yeah.
Yeah. All right.
So Pissy But Pretty, episode whatever.
83 million.
Yeah. And we got by the time people hear this or watch it, it won't be new news. But yesterday we got some cool news, I think. I mean, I definitely agree with it.
Sure.
Karen Reed,
not guilty.
Not guilty.
Not guilty. It's a big deal. It's kind of a big deal.
This was her second trial.
Yep.
And we watched the documentary.
Body in the Snow.
Body in the Snow. If you haven't watched it, watch it. It is so interesting.
Very much so. Very much so. It's going to get you a little riled up. At least it did me. It got me a little riled up. I was like,
it was just so interesting. It kind of reminded me of that documentary we watched about Natalia Grace.
Yes.
Where it ends and you're like,
what?
I still don't know what to believe.
Right.
Like with Karen Reed, did she hit her boyfriend or was he killed in the party with all the cops and they covered it up and framed her? Yep. To me, there was definitely not enough evidence to convict her.
Correct. Reasonable doubt is huge in this case.
Yeah.
Reasonable doubt.
Because then the people that he was with, which were mostly cops and stuff, everything they did afterwards was so shady.
For real.
Like,
where's the dog?
And where's your phones that you were told not to
Where's your phones? Why did you remodel your entire basement?
Yeah.
Where's the dog? Why did you have pig DNA in your arm wounds?
That is strange.
I'm just saying. Yeah, there was all those things that you just kind of go, oh, no, she did it. And then something else would just like drop. And you're like, oh, no, there's no way.
What she didn't have going for her was she wasn't very likable.
Correct.
Because she was an outspoken woman.
Yep.
And she was kind of like us, just said it as it is.
Yeah.
Which sometimes got her into trouble. And I think
For
that
sure.
caused some people to doubt what she was
Just
saying.
her.
Right.
Maybe just her.
Mm-hmm.
They wanted somebody to blame for sure, which people want answers. And I still, like I told you in the car, there's still a man that's dead.
Yeah.
And it's very, very sad.
I feel bad
that
for
this
his
happened.
family.
Right.
They interviewed his family on the news.
Oh, boy.
Well, it was on the news this morning. But they were disappointed because I think I think they truly believe that she killed him.
Mm-hmm.
But they said we respect their decision. I mean, when you have a jury of your peers, they are meant to
For real.
like have no discrimination. So obviously, I mean, really, we think that because the documentary was filmed during her first trial.
Right.
And so it was just, there wasn't enough to convict her. There was a lot of sketchy stuff that happened.
For sure. There were so many falsehoods and lying and weird. How long does it take for a body to die in this? Why are you looking that up?
Yeah, right.
And I mean, at the end of the day, it was a bunch of drunken fools that had a very bad night.
A very
and
bad night.
everybody wants to find out where to point the finger. A man is dead violently and awful.
Yes.
Like what a horrible way to go.
Exactly. And like we were talking about that. We found like during her interviews and interviews of people that were at the party and drinking with them.
Yeah.
If you don't know the story, they were out drinking. Then they went to go, and there was a blizzard. It was in Boston.
Yeah, bad blizzard.
Yeah, and they went to go to this house party afterwards, and she dropped him off, and the next thing you know, he's dead in the snow in the front yard of this house.
Correct.
Where all the cops were partying.
Right.
So one thing they kept saying, though, Karen Reed herself, and people that were at the party, well, I was drinking. Well, if we weren't drinking.
Yeah.
And how often have we heard this? Have we said it ourselves?
So bad.
Like, it's scary to think, like.
It's so easy.
Something like that can happen.
Right.
Especially the way we were partying.
Yep.
Like, I was almost waiting for something really bad to happen.
Oh, for sure.
Like,
and I'm surprised it didn't.
Yes.
How easily could something so tragic have happened?
Yes.
The places I went, the things I did, the things I said to people.
Yes.
Because, well, you're drinking. And it's almost like this lame ass justification. You say whatever you want. You do whatever you want. I hate that now. I hate that now.
And how many times? I mean, like now we hear it and it's like, okay.
Yeah, you're gross.
That's not an excuse.
Right.
Be a grown-ass adult.
Right.
Like these people that were involved in the Karen Reed thing, you're all grown-ass adults.
Right.
Like some of those cops were old.
Thank you.
And like you're partying still, you're having after-bar parties, but everything is, well, if we weren't drinking, we were drinking, and so my memory's fuzzy. And this can happen at any time.
Right.
All because you wanted to party.
I thought in the beginning of the Body in the Snow documentary that when it first started and it was kind of showing her sort of scathing text messages to her boyfriend, who was the victim in this story, John. And she's, you fucking this and that, and kind of cursing him out and just like, you used me. And meanwhile, she's waiting in the driveway of this house. He goes inside with his road soda. P.S. Yeah. They're all drinking while they're driving to this house in the middle of a blizzard.
Yep.
He goes so safe. Yeah. He goes inside and she just never hears from him or sees him again. And I've been in that situation with, boyfriends that you can't get a hold of after the bar, and you say some scathing, nasty things that you would never say when you were sober. So in the beginning, I was like, oh, what a bitch. Yeah. Oh my gosh, that is going to incriminate her. That's going to get her in trouble. But at the end of the day, everybody had that excuse during this entire show.
When you send these text messages out that it's going to be so public and that these things are going to happen, and especially the guilt that you have to have if you sent this to a man that was dying was being killed. Yeah.
He was actively being murdered while she's driving around leaving voicemails about how much she hates him and what a jerk he is, because she thinks he just left to keep partying and didn't remember to come back and get her out of her car. They didn't know if it was the right house or whatever the case was. And how often I did so much of that. The things I said and did.
We've even talked about how we've treated our husbands and the things we've said to them. And like just the stupid shit that you do when you're drunk. Right. And like some people say alcohol is the truth serum.
Gross.
And that to me, I mean, if you want to know the truth, ask me when I'm sober, because I will give you so many stories and lines and whatever. When I'm drunk, you can't trust what comes out of my mouth. I don't even remember what I say. Like,
you're a sketchy person if you're like, alcohol's a truth serum. Let me tell you, that was the thing that I was told when I was being groomed, right? By a grown man when I'm 16 years old. Here, take this alcohol. It's a truth serum. It's going to allow you to say and do things you never thought you could say and do. By a grown adult. And that stuck with me, thinking, Is this an excuse then just to do whatever I want to do and say whatever I want to say, because I have the excuse I was drunk and that I saw it all around me, the bar culture, the people I was with, that was always their thing, their go-to. Yeah. Oh my God, I got so drunk, I don't remember. And then us waking up next to strangers or getting in a bar fight or whatever the case was. It's so gross that that's the excuse and that's just the justification for acting a fool.
Acting a fool. I remember Digger would get so mad at me when I was drinking because he would say I'd get flirty.
Right.
And I would tell him, like, I don't even know how to flirt.
No.
Like, remember, I'm a big girl. Like, at that time, like, I still feel like I missed that class in school. Like, I was never the girl that guys looked to like that. So I never knew how to flirt. I still don't know. But like, was I just being overly friendly to somebody?
Or was you talking to people you didn't know?
Yeah.
Or were you flirting, getting phone numbers, touching them inappropriately, getting in their faces, doing the cuddle sort of closeness makeout sesh? That to me is flirting.
Yeah.
Again, I don't know if I would know how to flirt if you paid me.
Yeah.
I'd be like, hey, you look nice.
You look neato.
Yeah. You don't have a pen or paper, but you drew me in. And they would be like, are you on the spectrum? And I'd be like, yes, I am. I don't know. Awkward and weird.
Spectrum of something.
Yeah, which I think is funny because my husband was always like that too. He was always very on me when we were in the bars and stuff and just sort of watching very closely. And you get so flirty and blah, blah, blah. And it was like, I can't see straight. I don't know if the person that I'm talking to is a man, is a woman. It could be
Both.
It could be a bar stool.
Yeah, right.
And I don't know. It's all just sort of a blur. And that's again though, there's that excuse. Well, I was I was drinking. I can't see straight. Does that justify that behavior?
Yeah,
I don't know. Was I really doing something wrong? I certainly didn't murder a cop when I was drinking. That I know of.
That, you know.
Don't increase. I don't know. I hurt a lot of people. I bashed cars. I peed on tires. Yeah. Oh, gosh. Yeah.
Marking your territory.
Because I got... like I said, I was an angry drunk. And maybe Karen was that way too. God. Honest to God. And I think she had an RBF too. So I think that just sort of, people really didn't like that. They didn't like that very much.
Right.
And they thought that she was just like shallow and whatever.
Well,
but I don't think she was.
Not a very likable person. Some of the things she said, I was like.
But I think about it too. I don't think I would be a likable person. Some of the shit that comes out of my mouth, if I was put in that situation, think about some of the texts that you've sent before and be like, would I want the world knowing that I'm talking to this person like this?
Right.
Would I want the world judging me for how I look, how I sit, who I am as a person? And that's what they did to her.
Yeah, right.
And
like I said, she's outspoken like us. And sometimes I need a filter, as we all know. I need to just like run it through my head first before I say it, maybe.
Oh.
My thing is I would never want to intentionally offend somebody. But when I was drinking, I mean, oh my God, if you looked at me sideways, I once poured my entire White Claw over a girl's head.
Oh.
I don't know why. I think her and I had beef I'm not sure why. It was.
Yeah.
You know, I'm sure I had a reason then to do it. But she
looked at you funny.
And I couldn't even tell you what this girl looks like now because I was so gone.
Right.
And maybe I know I got into it with some douche canoe because that was like my favorite thing to do was like, like the guys that were like thought they were God's gift.
Yeah.
I loved to kind of put them in their place. That was like my favorite thing to do when I was drinking. Mm-hmm. And maybe because when I was in college, I would see these guys. I mean, like I said, I wasn't the one that any guy ever looked at. But I would see these guys like how they would talk to girls in the college bars and just think. And these girls would just drool over them. Mm-hmm. And I'd be like, ew, like I'm going to take that confidence away from you and I'm going to make you feel this big.
Yeah.
Which sometimes then would get me into a word war with these guys and I loved it. And then Digger would get involved and I would get so mad at him. I'd be like, no. I started this. I can finish it. I don't need your help. But like all this stuff.
But that's horrible.
It's horrible.
That's horrible. Why are we walking up to strangers and being like, hey, you're a fucking douche and I don't like your face because you have a collar polo shirt on. It's terrible. Of course it was. Of course in the hats, whatever, sideways. Mm-hmm. Whatever, men that I would never look at twice, but I'm certainly not going to try to put them in their place and teach them a lesson. You would never do that sober.
No.
I would never get in girl fights, which, let's be real, it was just a constant thing. You could see the progression of the night when you start drinking. It's so fun. It's carefree. You're feeling yourself. You're looking around and all your friends are there and what a great time. And then boom, you keep drinking. Everybody keeps drinking. And the next thing you know, bitches are crying, men are fighting.
Hoops are flying.
Which, I always, even to this day, have breakaway hoops because you never know when somebody's going to want to rumble.
Oh my God.
No, just kidding.
What
That's because I have kids. That's because I have.
What would we do now?
No. Do you want to know? Oh, no. What? See, this is the thing. This is why I probably couldn't go into bars because I'm premenopausal and I am raging all the time. This is why I have road rage. Dude, no, I'm an angry elf. I couldn't go to a bar past like 10 o'clock because I'd be like, who's ready?
Oh, my God. And I would want to run. I would be like, okay,
this is stressful.
They're starting to get
rowdy.
Starting to happen.
You feel that energy and just sort of, and it's usually not a positive energy. It's not a positive energy.
There are very rare, very few times where I can think of that. I was like, oh my God, that night was so much fun. Usually it was like the random you don't even have anything planned, and that was the fun night.
Yeah. It could have been. It could have been. Mine never ended well, I don't think, because like I said, I just kept drinking.
I think those were my early
really
days.
mad. Yeah.
Like when drinking was still it wasn't necessarily for a purpose.
Right.
It was just to go out with your girlfriends and have fun. You know,
No.
like you didn't have, I remember being able to take $20 to the club and like, that's all you needed to get a little buzz going on.
Yeah.
And once that money was out, you were done.
Right.
Like, and then it got to where it just became more and more and more and more. And then the drama started and it was never fun anymore.
It turned so bad so quickly. And that's the Karen Reed story.
Yes.
It turned so bad so quickly. And there was a victim involved. And some, people want answers. And I'm kind of wondering, like, well, if we're saying there's some corruption in the police officers there, who's going to continue this investigation and really find justice for this man? Okay, so we've found that there's enough reasonable, logical doubt that Karen didn't do it. Who did?
Yeah.
Where's that
I don't
justice?
know if we'll ever know.
Honestly, I hope they do. I hope for his family.
I know.
They wanted her to, or they wanted the fault. They wanted somebody.
I think you always do.
Of course you do. That's everybody's first step is like, whose fault is it? Something bad just happened. Whose fault is it? Who started it?
And that's why.
And it was you usually at the bar getting in people's faces.
It's true. Right? I was the problem, honestly. I was usually the one starting all the drama and bullshit.
Yeah. And then if you would like be taken out of that environment, it would sort of settle and things like that. There was a lot of people that did that. Men, women. I've hung out with all kinds of people that were just like, I'm going to go out and I'm going to start a ruckus. I'm going to act a fool because I'm drinking. I have a free pass to do this.
Yeah.
I know I shouldn't drink whiskey because I turn into an absolute horrible human being.
Yep.
But guess what I'm drinking? Whiskey. And then next thing you know, they're fighting with their girlfriends, fighting with their boyfriends, and it spreads. It metastasizes. Yep. And then shit gets real.
And that's why Mom would always say, nothing good ever happens after midnight. And it's true.
It's true. And that's, my husband would always try to get me out of the bar, period, which was a problem. Yeah. But he always wanted to go before midnight, preferably like 10 o'clock. But let's be real, we just showed up at 9.
Yeah, right.
So, by the time midnight rolled around, that's when
the dark
you
hour.
could just feel something's going to pop off. Something is going to go wrong. Yep. And it was always within our group of people. And what usually did it, my poor husband, what usually did it was him trying to get me to leave. And that was when I would start fighting with him. And then all my girlfriends that wanted me to stay would start fighting with him. And then their boyfriends would start fighting with him. And it was just this horrible domino effect. It was awful. It was ugly and gross. And shit got nasty. Punches were thrown.
Oh, God.
Right? There was bleeding. There was crying. There was bruises. There was mistakes.
God. And why did it ever have to go there?
Why?
Yeah. And like, I think that's the moral of the story. Like wish I could go back to that documentary and count how many times I said, well, we were drinking. Well, we weren't drinking.
Yeah.
Like,
can we take that out of the equation, please? Because you're a human being that
responsibility.
Fucked up. Take accountability.
Yep. And
I don't know.
But
I don't know. But
when
then
you're in that, like we were. When I was watching that and you see the security camera videos of them at the bar and it's this big, huge group like we always had, doing shots, drinking, having fun. They're later the cops are counting how many drinks everyone had, how many shots everyone had, mostly Karen, that they had to be concerned about. But like, that's the thing. It can happen at any given time.
Right.
If you get to that point, like we would, how many times did it turn? But thank God, nothing that will stick with you for the rest of your life ever happened to us. Thank God.
We got lucky, if you can say that.
Yeah.
I mean, but then again, when you do get to that point, were we in control?
Mm-mm.
No. Was I still responsible for my actions? Fuck yeah.
Yeah, for sure.
Fuck yeah.
For sure.
I couldn't probably tell you half of the things that I said and did.
Oh, yeah.
Because I was already blacked out. I was, like I said, I was already just seeing trails of color and lights, and I didn't know who was in front of me. I was just spitting in faces and swinging. I can't.
You can't see who's in front of you because you're like chest level with
It's
everyone.
pretty much, I had so many beef with people's nipples. They were looking at me wrong. I got elbowed in the face, which would be another, big issue.
Oh, my
Whatever.
God.
But
Yeah.
you're responsible, but are you in control?
Yeah.
No.
How quickly things can turn.
So fast.
So fast.
I'm so glad we're sober. I'm so glad we take that responsibility and accountability. And I think that's one of the hardest things about getting sober too, is taking that inward look and being like, ooh, something real bad happened. I hope that Karen doesn't drink ever again.
But she did in that documentary.
I know.
It was like, she's like, I just need a glass of wine or whatever it was. And I'm like,
Yeah.
oh, you're here because of drinking. This whole thing
Right.
happened
Yeah.
because of drinking and the dumb decisions that were
Right.
made by so many people because
Yeah.
of drinking.
You almost went to prison for your entire life.
Yeah. And the only thing
Give
they
me a
found,
glass of wine? Are you
Right.
kidding me?
Right. And the only thing they did find her guilty of was the DUI.
Yep.
And the fact that she still drank on camera, and now she's got a year probation, so she probably can't drink. I hope she maybe takes that time to do some self-reflection and
get a good therapist. Get a good therapist.
This is where my life has become all because we partied too hard.
Yeah. Yep.
Yeah.
She was talking like a drunken schoolgirl. Just acting a fool. Like I was in my 20s, beating people's cards with my skateboard.
Yeah, with your skateboard.
I used it as a weapon once.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, hit somebody's car, bang, 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 all the way down. Why? I would never do something like that.
But at least you're taking accountability.
No. Sure. Yeah,
Well,
don't feel good about it. She should get help. She should stay sober.
She should.
Get some help. Get yourself a healthy relationship.
Yes.
Yuck.
All right. Well, thanks for tuning in again.
Tuning in.
Tune in Tokyo.
Tune in Tokyo. Thank
All right,
you.
see you
Come
next
again.
time. Bye-bye.
Bye. Thanks for letting us tickle your ear hole and not turning us off after the first 30 seconds. Don't forget to subscribe and join our email list to get in on the action.